What's up, everybody? It's the recap lunch hour with me, Ryan McGuffey. David Kaplan's just walked into the office. How about that for timing? It is the recap lunch hour here on Election Day. Happy Election Day. Here, got my vote in. There it is. You guys should all do the same. Go vote, regardless of who you're voting for. It doesn't matter. Let's get everybody out there. Have a voice. Have a voice. Go vote. It's important for everybody. You, people before you, people after you, especially people after you. So go vote. Happy Election Day, everyone. And let's get going. I thought of a question not that long ago. Cap might have to chime in on this one and sit down here in a second. But if you were voting for the president of Chicago sports right now, who would you vote for?
Wow, that's a great question, Ryan.
Oh, hi, Cap. Good to see you, pal.
Buddy? How are you?
I'm putting you on the spot. I'm really putting everybody on the spot here.
By the way, I'd like to just show off that sticker.
Is that a Taylor Swift? No.
It says I voted.
That's cool. That's a
Take that.
You know, if you're a resident of the great city of Chicago, you don't get choices. You know, it's not like the suburbs where they spend money on stickers and
we get that.
No, this is probably from like 3 elections ago. But it's good. We both voted. Good job. Proud of you. Don't care who you voted for.
Same. Just exercise your right, man. People died for that right.
Randall, what do you got to say here, bud? Yeah, heck yes, Randall. Go vote. You did it. Well done, my friend. Oh, Ira. Good start to the question.
That's where I was going. President of Chicago sports is Theo Epstein. 100%
so
agree.
Hang on. Should we throw a disclaimer in there? You're going to vote for a guy who doesn't even, he's not here right now.
I'm electing someone to lead Chicago sports. Does it have to be someone here?
I don't know. I guess it's interpretation.
Like if you tell me
What's up, Eli?
It's got to be somebody that's already currently in Chicago sports.
Oh wow. Yeah, if you were voting right now, let's do that. The Theo one, Ira, we should pick one, by the way, and give a Lou Malnati's gift card. I'm just really doing spontaneous stuff. Theo's going to be a good one.
Did you make this place an icebox today?
Well, it was 79 when I walked in here. That's how do you know you're?
It's like 49 now.
How do you know you're old without telling me you're old? Have a thermostat of 79 or higher.
I didn't set it. He does.
Everything was turned off. I walked in here. It was 79.
Okay, everything was turned off. So what are you yelling at me for?
I have it at 72. Cap, can you handle that?
It's colder than 72 in here.
Ryan, what's up, Rhino? Watch the CHSN video. Cap making Guff do tech support. Well, how do you think we sound and look so good around here?
That's it. 100%.
You know, you're not wrong. Cap and I near the same age, Ira. Well, hopefully you don't keep your place at 79 degrees. Eli, Tom Waddle is his vote for Chicago sports right now. President of Chicago sports, Tom Waddle.
I actually have a better one because if it has to be someone here.
Okay.
This guy, me, right here. Make me the president. You want to talk about accountability? Holy shit.
Okay, so Cap was going to throw his hat into the ring. I guess I'm not surprised. But we will, let's see here. Let's take a look. What else we got? What do we got here? Randall, love your show. Cap is like me, tells it like it is, has tons of passion. Randall may vote for Cap for president of Chicago
Randall,
sports.
Let's go, baby. I'll give you a cabinet post.
Jimbo, you're right, brother. We started the show with that, man. Go vote, people. Cap and I both got our stickers on.
That's it.
I
don't care who you vote for.
No, get it done, man. Get it done.
Exercise your right. People died for that.
Wow, Ira going with Adam Hogue. He's going to go with CHGO's and former teammate Adam Hogue.
Well, I would say that he's been trained well. He was my intern.
Randall also likes Cap for president. So we're going to have to figure out.
You're the man.
What do we got? Ryan going Tom Skilling count for president of Chicago sports?
Yeah, not going to happen. Love Tom. You want to make him?
You can vote for him, Ryan. You're asking
Tracy Butler's assistant weather forecaster? Okay. Meteorologist?
Wow. Pablo, Cap walking into a steam room. Why is it so cold in here? LOL. Love you guys. That's pretty damn funny.
That is pretty good.
Thomas says Bill Murray. Which one? The actor, comedian,
or the banged up offensive lineman with a torn breast? Peck.
Thomas, clarify. I think I know which one you're talking about. Michael's on board. David Kaplan for president of Chicago sports.
Let's go, Michael.
Man, did this really backfire. This really backfired. Sarah Spain, friend of the program, Alvin, gonna go with Sarah Spain. I think Cap's gonna take this. I'm gonna give Cap my vote. No offense to Sarah at all. Has to be Jimbo coming from Ozzy.
Ozzy Guillen. That'd be cool.
I like Ozzy. So hey, who would you vote for president of Chicago sports right now? Ozzy's interesting. Cap, Thomas, thank you for clarifying. Bill Murray, the Ghostbuster.
Wow.
He's done a few movies since then, just FYI.
He has.
I'm trying to think here, Cap. I mean, you're kind of a de facto president of Chicago sports already. So if we were voting, so right now we have a candidate box that has Theo Epstein, which I don't know, with our disclaimer that you have to currently reside here.
Right.
I don't know if he
sold his house.
Ozzy Guillen, David Kaplan, Tom Waddle has been thrown in the hopper. Bill Murray thrown in the hopper. Adam Hogue thrown in the hopper. I'm going to eliminate a few of these people. Eli, let's go. Finally, somebody has the balls to say McGuffey. Even though we forgot the E, it's fine.
Yeah, if someone can learn how to spell McGuffey, that'd be super cool.
Hey, Eli, you're my guy, dude. All right. The question is symbolic of the state of our owners in Chicago. I wouldn't vote for any of them. That actually might be my...
Stick it, Ryan.
Wow.
What do you mean you wouldn't vote for me?
He's saying I wouldn't vote for any of... Like, he's basically saying if he qualified it, and Ryan, clarify me if I'm wrong, you're basically taking the teams as they currently reside and saying, I don't want to vote for anybody that currently represents those teams. You're not talking about the Caps, the Waddles, the people that could represent the president of Chicago Sport. You're actually talking about just the teams. That's my interpretation.
Well, there is no owner currently of the 5 major teams, not disrespecting the Sky or the Red Stars, but there is no owner, Ricketts, Reinsdorf, Wirtz, McCaskey, that I want running my sports city. No.
I like this one. Cap for president. Take that in 2028. Ozzy VP and Guff chief of staff. I think Pablo is in the. He's got the whole.
We're good.
He's got the cabinet set. Pablo is going to be our press secretary.
We're good. Pablo, you're in, man.
Fire the entire Bears coaches. This is where I love when we're talking about who's the president of Chicago sports. Just in case you're joining us, who would you vote for president of Chicago sports right now? Randall just wants to chime in with fire the Bears coaching staff. It has nothing to do with who would you vote for president.
Love you, Randall.
But Randall says he just had to get that in. Ryan, our good guy, our friend, Mark Giangreco, still resides in Chicago.
That'd be amazing. Mark's a great dude.
Great dude. Ryan, I thank you. I interpreted what Ryan was saying correctly. He's talking about just the teams. Let's go. Anyone without the last name of McCaskey. That's what Brad is kind of agreeing with what you just said.
Yep.
That it doesn't really matter who's where, that right now there's nobody qualified. Ryan, I'd vote Cap and Jay Hood. Snorpomp can go fight.
Take that, Shay Norling.
Oh, this is really good stuff. Josh, rank these possible replacement head coaches for the Bears next year. Stefanski, Dable, Vrabel, Ben Johnson, Lincoln Riley, and then dark horse options, Flores and Bieniemy. So let's remove the dark horse options and go these 5.
Well, I would tell you Brian Flores is probably going to get a job somewhere. Bieniemy will not be a head coach, I don't believe.
I don't either.
Kevin Stefanski, if the Browns are stupid enough to fire him, I would absolutely kick the tires there.
100
Dable, I don't think's getting fired by the Giants, because if they do, they're firing the GM, and that's my guy here, his former college roommate and teammate. Vrabel, I don't think they're going with a defensive guy. Ben Johnson, not sure this is the place he wants to cast his lot, but we'll see. Lincoln Riley, hard pass for me. I need an NFL guy.
All right, so I'm going to rank. You have to pick your top 3 and rank them 1 through 3. Go 3, 2, 1.
And they're all available.
All available. Everyone on that list is available. 3, 2, 1. You have to narrow it down to 3 right now.
Narrow it down.
I have mine.
3 would be Brian Flores. 2 would be Brian Dable. And 1 would be Kevin Stefanski.
Okay. I mean, I would have Ben Johnson probably. Brian Flores and Ben Johnson to me are both in the room. But it'd be hard for me to look past Stefanski and Dable.
I need an alpha in the room.
Yeah,
and
both.
That's what Brian Flores.
You're talking about there are 2 coach of the years, right? Like I think three of the 4 last
Dable
coach of the years.
Coach of the year.
Stefanski's won it twice in Cleveland.
Correct. And has Vrabel won it?
I think Vrabel might have won it.
So there's 3 right there.
Okay. Eli wants to fire Jerry. Bruce Wolf. His days have yeah, he had a run in the 90s.
Yeah, we'll pass.
Tom. So are the Bears trading for anyone today? I'd say
I would be surprised.
Trading for anyone, not trading anyone.
I mean, they traded away Khalil Herbert, but I would be surprised if could they pick up an 11th string offensive lineman from somebody? Maybe. But in terms of a Montez Sweat, Chase Claypool level deal, like a 3rd, 2nd round pick, probably not.
Yeah, Jimbo, I wanted Daboll years ago too because I wanted Joe Shane to be the GM because Joe Shane's a buddy of mine from college, and that just would have been too sweet for us. And I knew he was bringing Daboll all along, and I thought Daboll. I think Daboll in this current like if he had this talent in New York, they'd be an 11-win team like year in and year out.
Bears talent?
If the Bears talent was with the Giants have a mess on their hands. Like what they have with Daniel Jones. Letting Saquon go, I know hurts. If you watched any of the Hard Knocks,
he's so good
in the offseason, and having Mara say, just don't let him go to Philadelphia. Right. And then that movie pulled last week.
It came down to the Bears and the Eagles.
Tommy, our guy Tommy.
Smoking Jay Cutler, press secretary. Tommy, we love you dearly here. You're
out of your
part of our team.
But don't quit your day job. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. You're the best website designer, SEO guy in the world. Jay Cutler, no thank you, Tommy.
Who would you vote for this has been an awesome debate.
It's a great question.
Who would you vote for president of Chicago
Sports? Got me to sit here rather than go eat my lunch.
Well, this is as long as you'd like.
This is called the Ryan McGuffey Show.
Yeah, so look, the Bears did trade Khalil Herbert, okay?
For a 7th round pick.
If anybody's like pissed, by the way, with the return, what do you think you're getting?
For a guy who doesn't even dress for you, and there's 78,000 running backs on the street, that you got something. It's not even a conditional pick. It's something. Super cool.
Yeah, I'm just checking here to make sure there's been no trade since then, but they have a few hours here to still get some of these in.
I would also like to congratulate the Oriole Park Orioles.
Let's go. Oriole Park Falcons. Come on, not
whatever.
The Orioles.
Oriole Park won the Pop Warner Championship, led by a star running back by the name of, and defensive back, Jackson McGuffey, his son.
My guy.
That's it.
We got one more. We got one more.
They undefeated and won the title. Now they move on to play Indiana.
Let's go.
Game up.
It's hard. It's Indiana, but it's where my roots were made. So let's
yeah, you're rooting against your son. That's
I want to take Indiana down for everything they're worth. Litmus test for Kevin Warren is to let go of Poles and Eberflus at the end of season and lead search for the next GM.
That's not happening. They'll fight. I think Eberflus will be gone. Poles is going nowhere.
That would be tough. Jimbo, guys, what happened to Herbert? How did he fall down so fast?
Because they got DeAndre Swift, who's a better player, and then a between tackles guy in Roshan Johnson.
Ryan, I need some baseball free agency predictions. Wow,
I got one for you.
Okay, let's go.
The White Sox will spend less than I will spend on dinner for the staff tonight when we do the Falco Football Recap Live tonight. I think we're getting Chipotle for dinner, and I will spend less at Chipotle. More at Chipotle than the White Sox will spend in free agency.
You're right.
Just a fact.
By the way, I did a podcast with Bruce Bochy last night. That's
out. Listen to it. It's really
that's
good.
Out on the channel. So Bruce Bochy, who had Will Venable as his bench coach the last 2 years, really good perspective from a Hall of Fame manager. So that's live on the channel. Anywhere you get podcasts as well, Apple, Spotify, etc. Steven, would you call the Cowboys about Zach Martin? F yeah.
I would not.
Why?
He's 33, turning 34 on a big contract. Why do I want him? It's too old.
Because right now they have you playing, David Turnstile playing at center and guard and tackle.
What am I doing with him? I don't want that money on my books. A big contract like that. If you told me he was 28, yeah, I'm in.
Hey, look, Cap's president of Chicago Sports. He cries about payroll like the owners do. 30-second golf lessons.
Wait, who said that?
I did.
There is a hard cap in the NFL, and you can backload it with bonuses and all that. Zach Martin's old. Why do I want an old player? If you told me the Bears were 7-1 like the Lions and legitimately could win the Super Bowl, all right, give me Zach Martin. I'll try to win right now because my O-line's not good enough. Guess what? I don't need an old offensive lineman.
All right.
Better
OD,
than that.
Warren and Poles could have broke the cycle, got a new head coach and staff last year. During the same year, we got our new quarterback. We're going to be in the same boat next year. The new coach didn't pick his quarterback.
That's a fact. Well said. There's the winner of the Lou Malnati's.
Wow. I thought I had Pablo in the hopper, but OD.
Pablo gets one, too. We're going to give 2 away.
All right. You guys have to email lunchwithguff@gmail.com. I'll put that up there in a second. Lunchwithguff@gmail.com.
We need all your contact info, your email, your address, and your cell phone.
OD and Pablo, send me an email, lunchwithguff@gmail.com. We'll get you those cards out to you as soon as we can. Don, any chance Hoyer doesn't make it through all of next season as the GM?
0, less than 0.
So
he will be there.
He will be there and through the season regardless.
100%.
Matt coming in late with a Sister Jean for president. No term limits for Sister Jean. She's beat them all.
And then her vice president's Virginia McCaskey, and we have over 200 years of experience.
That's incredible.
They're both over 100.
Sister Jean, I believe, is 104.
Yeah, and I think Mrs. McCaskey is like 102.
Man, I hope
God bless.
I hope we have that many years left.
I'm going to eat my lunch. You guys have fun on the ride. McCaskey
Randall,
show.
Cary Grove High School, Class 6A. Watch them, hot team. That's great. Let's go, Cary Grove. They don't impact the 8th graders going right here. So everybody can win that. I like that. Josh, what do you got? Should the Bulls trade Vooch with the way he's playing? 100%. The Chicago Bulls. Yeah, but would you trade him? Oh my God. Isn't it about bottoming out so you keep your pick? Yes. Hey, you opted off of this show, so I'm not asking you anything anymore. Cap, you just ruined my day. Sad but true, says Jimbo. There's the White Sox podcast for those of you asking right there. That's where the Bruce Bochy podcast is. That's the link. Certainly go to the channel. And like I said, it's anywhere you find your podcast audio only as well. Randall, pass on Zach Martin. You're with Cap. Josh, I would rather trade for the Cowboys' other guard. I believe his name's Tyler Smith. I don't hate that. Snacks, good to see you back. Is the price of trading for Quentin Nelson or somehow one of those elite defensive ends worth the losing draft capital for this super critical upcoming offseason? I mean, you could probably make an argument for both. You could probably make an argument to make a move like that right now and try to be, like I said yesterday with Cap, show me some kind of desperation at some point if you think your job's on the line. If your job's on the line, you should be coaching for every damn day to keep that job. Now, you're not, you should be in line with your GM, and in theory, the two of them are lockstep. So don't worry about next year right now, unless you're going high up the ladder and trading a 1 or 2, which I would not do. 30-second golf lessons. OD is right. Pulls blue. He needs to go. There's the email for those 2 winners, OD and Pablo. Lunchwithguff@gmail.com. Okay. Hit me up with those emails and all of your stuff, all of your contact information. We'll get those gift cards out to you. Alvin, thank you for letting me through my day in Seattle. Bear down. Alvin, thanks for being on, bud. Hopefully the weather's great out there. Go vote. All right. Eli, what would it be a fair trade for Chicago Bulls? Zach LaVine and White Sox Crochet. Wow, these are 2 big trades. Do you think Chris would be better at the job than ACAT, his job in the end? Do you think Chris would be better at the job than ACAT at the end of the day? Okay. Crochet to me is you got to get 2 top 100 prospects back, 100%. They, to me, should both be bats. I think the Baltimore Orioles, I've been saying this ad nauseum, are a really good fit. At some point, they have to show some desperation for a team that's won almost 200 games the last 2 years and then been bounced early in the playoffs. They don't have enough pitching. They're probably not going to sign Corbin Burns to a $200+ million deal. So then what? You need to replace him. They need 2 Corbin Burns. You have an opportunity here with a cheaper option for 2 years. You have stud prospects that are sitting there blocked or waiting to come up. Santander's also going to be gone in Baltimore. So what are you going to do? At some point, you need to address your pitching needs and trade from the surplus, which is bats. The White Sox have a surplus, ironically, in arms. They need to trade those arms for bats. To me, that is a dream scenario. Kobe Mayo type. People might think that's nuts, but that's the kind of prospect I think you need to get. Chris needs to get that trade right. Okay. I wouldn't be even opposed seeing a monster deal of Garrett Crochet and Luis Robert for X, Y, and Z. Quite frankly, Baltimore could use him. Talk about replacing Santander with 1 year of Luis Robert. He's got 2 options on the back end of that deal. It's really just a $15 million deal with a couple of buyouts. So if you're trying to get Luis Robert at a buy low and adding to that prospect capital, which I think the White Sox desperately need, I think that's kind of the trade. Zach is different. You got to take on a pretty big amount of money to make that trade work. What's Zach owed every year? What's he get? Cap 40? He's a 5 years, 215. So he's 40. He's 43 a year. So you got to offset that money. You're probably not getting. You got to get some type of talent. Maybe it's a protected future first round pick, but probably 27. The way the NBA trades these guys, they trade prospects like years down the line. You're taking somebody else's bad money, maybe a flyer on a young player that hasn't developed yet, and a couple of picks. And it's really more about clearing the space than it is anything else. Wouldn't you agree? Yeah. So Jimbo, take Martin, go Irish. I knew there would be a go Irish in there. Ira, if you can get a 4th round pick for Keenan Allen, would you do it? We talked about this yesterday. In a second. Only because you look at where this team is right now and what they need. And it's not that they don't need Keenan Allen, but look at where they are, where they're going, and what you have. You have Rome Odunze, which we know is going to be a 1A next year. He's had a couple 100-yard games. He had one on Sunday. We have DJ Moore locked up. You got Cole Kmet locked up. If they forgot about him, it's time to let him back out again. He's had one damn target the last 2 games. Bleeding Cubby Blue, I vote for Eberflus to be the first coach to be fired mid-season. Well, sorry, Bleeding Cubby Blue. Dennis Allen was fired this past weekend. Oh, my bad. Okay. Hey, misinterpretation there, Bleeding. I got you, kid. I got you. Cap wants, here's somebody with a vote. With the question we asked at the start, who would you vote for president of Chicago sports right now? Bleeding Cubby Blue wants Cap for GM of the Cubs. He doesn't want he wants the Cubs job right now taken over by Cap. Eli, when will the White Sox be good again? Do you think in 1 to 2 years, if that's true, why would they trade Robert? Well, first off, there's 2 questions in there. I don't believe the White Sox can say they can contend realistically until minimum 2027. So why wouldn't you trade Luis Robert? If 2032. Okay. Somewhere between 2027 and 2032. I think at some point, 2027. Let's just say 2027. So that's 25 is a developmental year, 26 is a developmental year. Where does Luis Robert fit into that? He has 1 year left on a contract guaranteed. The other 2 options are buyouts if you don't want to pick up the options. This is about timing. Ships in the night. Okay? Ships in the night. The timing of what's left on the deal and the talent doesn't match up with where the White Sox are. What happened at Cardinals game where DJ Moore walked off the field during this one pisses me off because this is like everybody looking for clickbait, and DJ Moore walked off the field because he was injured. He was limping off the field, sat down, collapsed onto the bench because he had an injury. So people need to put more context to some of these things. Jimbo, thank you for the antenna video. So cool. I shared it with about 10 of my Xfinity friends. Wrapping things up here, Jason. If the White Sox are not going to spend on free agents, what is the hope of a rebuild? Developmental prospects, my friend. They have quite a few arms. They need to trade for bats, and then that's the hope. And at some point, they can sign guys again. I hope, to me, the biggest hope is that Will Venable's a dude. If Will Venable's a good manager, he'll attract people in 1 to 2 to 3 years. Okay? Ira, thanks for the clarification. If you really watch it slowly and keep your eyes on DJ Moore, he's limping off the field. There's no rift between him and Caleb Williams. There's a lot of stuff going on that the 2 of them have a thing they don't. All right? Oh, man. Great. I'm glad that question was asked because we had some fun talking about who would be the president of Chicago sports right now. Again, go vote if you haven't already. If you have, awesome job exercising your right to vote. Thank all the people who put their lives on the line to make that happen way before us. Happy Election Day. Let's hope for just peace and just civic pride and just that it's a nice, peaceful presentation of whatever happens. Respect your democracy. Respect each other, more importantly. All right? Respect your neighbor. This has been the Recap Lunch Hour with me, Ryan McGuffey. We'll keep on keeping on. See you tomorrow. We have plenty of stuff on the channel from last night. We have a recap rush hour later today. So we will see you tomorrow.